What's good? It's Jordan. Today we'll be talking about stand up for what you believe in. Understand that others aren't going to agree with what you believe, but if you can put your belief in the forefront of your mind and put it out there, people may be subjected to changing their beliefs to agree with what you believe in. Set the example for others. Know that you can believe in anything, but you can't force people to believe in what you believe in. People can have an open mind to hearing what you believe in, but don't force people to understand what you believe. Don't force people to go along with what you go along with, and just put yourself out there, put what you believe out there, but know that you're going to have pushback. You're going to have people who don't believe in what you believe in, but that's fine. Agree to disagree. Sometimes when you're having a debate with somebody and you're talking about a certain topic and you want that person to believe what you believe in that topic, that person is not necessarily going to agree with that topic due to their situation, due to their own belief system, due to their own intentions and their own agendas. Sometimes you can be making so much sense, but that person has a blockage for what they believe and what they want to believe. So don't force that person to believe what you want to believe. Sometimes when you agree to disagree, that could be better than you trying to force somebody to believe in what you believe in, because that can ruin relationships. For example, in my own life when I was far much younger, I would try to get people to believe in what I believe in. I would try to get people to walk with me and understand my mentality and how I do things. But that's just going to destroy relationships. That's just going to destroy friendships. That's just going to destroy what you want to build in your own life. Sometimes everyone is not going to believe what you believe in, but it's okay. These are things that make everybody different. You can try and force yourself and try to force what you have to say and what you believe in, but others don't have to agree, even if you want them to agree. Yes, you want people around you to believe in what you believe in, but just set the example for yourself. And if people want to follow you and follow your path, they'll do that if they want to. If they don't have to. Learn to act even when afraid. When I say learn to act even when afraid, sometimes you believe in something and you're scared to say what you believe in because you're scared the people around you may denounce you based upon what you believe in. They may cancel you, they may try to stop your word. But even when you're afraid, act upon your belief system. Don't force people to believe, but people shouldn't force you to believe their systems if you don't believe in that as well. And this accounts for acts of bravery, because sometimes people believe something that you believe, but they're afraid to say that they believe in it due to circumstances and other people denouncing them as well. You may have a situation where you're caught in the mix of, for example, not being friends with somebody, and that causes division amongst the group. And when you're not friends with that individual, that person may go to other people and make it seem like you're the enemy, and you may tell your side of the story, and people may not agree with your side of the story due to people feeling that individual is more of a higher stature than you are. So sometimes what you may say may be the real of the situation, but people will not believe your side of the story based upon how they feel about you. Say something even if it deeply affects you, because sometimes we let other people's beliefs deeply affect us and we don't say it, we don't show it, we just go along to get along. Go along to get along is the worst way, because you don't identify yourself. You don't identify what you can do. You don't have identity in yourself. You're just living for others. You're just living as a vessel to help others and not learning yourself. Understand that you have to live for yourself. You have to understand yourself. Many walk amongst this world not understanding themselves, not understanding their values, not understanding their morals and their principles. This takes time, but the earlier you develop these skills and learn, the world we live in, learn how you can work amongst this world that we live in, the better it will be for your life. Be calm and non-confrontational. Be calm and non-confrontational. Just because you believe something and you're trying to make that person believe in what you believe in, doesn't mean when they don't believe you got to get physical and fight them all the time and get upset because they don't agree with what you agree with. We can't enforce policies on others. We can't enforce our beliefs on others. We could just be a vessel to work on ourselves, and they can take examples out of our lives to fulfill their own daily life. It's okay. The earlier you understand this, the better it will be for your life. Discuss your issues, how you feel. If you're friends with somebody and someone did something to you that you did not like, discuss it. That person may not have felt that that was personal to you, but you feel it may be personal to your beliefs. Discuss it. Maybe sometimes people need to understand your boundaries in order to treat you better. Sometimes people just need to hear that word of you saying you didn't like something that they did for them to change their ways. Sometimes you have people who hear what you're saying, hear how you feel, and they feel as though they didn't do anything, so they don't need to change. But if somebody changed their beliefs and changed how they feel because you said you didn't like something that they did, know that person cares deeply for you and that person wants you in their life. Know both sides of an issue. Before you come to a conclusion about what side you want to take, what belief you want to learn, what belief you want to go into, know both sides. Sometimes people tell you half of the story, or they tell you bits and pieces of the story, and you don't know the full extent of that story, so you go and believe stories without you understanding the full extent. Know who's more descriptive, know who isn't telling the truth, who's telling the truth. Sometimes people will tell you stories for you to believe their point of view because they need somebody to defend their argument, to defend them and support them, even when they're wrong in the situation. So understand what situation you're in, understand the situation you could grow from, and know what your belief is. Know if somebody's telling you a situation, that situation that person is telling you, know the extent of the story. Don't believe anything that is being told without knowing the extent of that situation. Because when you know the extent, you move different and you can assess situations more clearly. Everyone isn't going to be around you to tell you the real of their situation or the real of situations they have with other people. Sometimes people want to build armies and fortresses to go against other people just so they can go against that person, instead of everybody sitting down, understanding the situation, how you can work through the situation, the solution of the situation, and moving forward. Not everything needs to be a battle in our lives, but we make it though there's a battle with everything we go through. Prioritize your beliefs. Know that if you believe in something and you wholeheartedly to your spirit and yourself, you can guide people who want to be guided, or there's going to be people who don't want to be guided. Know your beliefs. If you feel as though you believe in something strongly, tell your belief system to others if they ask, but don't force it on others. You know, I used to hear stories of different people using substances, and when they used that substance, it made them feel better, it made them smarter, it made them work harder, it made them more determined. I don't necessarily agree with their belief, but when they tell me those situations, I hear what they have to say, and I don't stop them from talking. I don't stop them from believing in what they believe in, but I know they believed in that thing that they feel helps them so much, and maybe that thing did help them, But I know from my own daily life, me using substances isn't going to help me progress. It isn't going to help me get far because everybody's body is different. Someone may take something and use a substance and it may help them. You may take it and your body may shut down. Everyone's body isn't the same. So for me, I don't believe in that thing. But if someone else does believe in it, I'm not going to denounce their belief. I'm not going to let them share their belief with me. Maybe there's something that in their belief system that I can learn from and I can learn deeply. So when I want to share information with other people based upon the topic and based upon gaining knowledge and passing knowledge from that person's belief, they may learn something. So every time somebody has a belief, don't always think that just because they have a belief in you, it doesn't align with your life, that it's negative. There's bits and pieces of their belief that can align with your life, that can help you grow and you can learn from. You know, practice what you preach. Don't go out there and say you do this and you do that. But on the back end, behind the scenes, you're doing the opposite. We're not going to be perfect, but fight temptation, flee temptation. If I'm showing people these ways of how I live and I'm speaking about it, I can't go out there and do the opposite. Then that would be false. I would be showing people one way and living an entirely another way. And sometimes people may not see it, but you know, your conscience plays on you in the bigger scheme of things. So in my belief, if anyone asks me anything, I'll tell them to the full extent. I'll tell the truth and live in my truth, live in the truth. But people aren't here to agree with everything that I agree with. And I know that. And I'm not trying to convince people to agree with everything I agree with. But if you hear what I have to say and you hear what I speak on, take bits and pieces and formulate it in your own life. Not every message that you put out there, everyone's going to agree with, because some people have issues with holding themselves accountable. And some people think that you shouldn't hold them accountable because you're not a person that's important. And that's okay. But I do know anything that everyone talks about, you can take bits and pieces from that thing and formulate it in your own life to structure your own life. So today I want to thank you for watching. Once again, like, subscribe, comment down below. I'll be back with more topics. Peace.